You're standing in the kitchen, and suddenly your dog comes over and presses their entire body weight against your leg. They aren't asking to play. They aren't looking for food. They just lean, heavily, like they might fall over if you stepped away. The old myth is that they are trying to physically dominate you or claim you as their property. But animal behaviorists have proven that this specific physical pressure means something far more profound. Today, you're going to learn the neurochemical reason your dog uses you as a physical anchor and the exact workflow to test if they are seeking comfort or secretly asking for help. For decades, traditional training advice told us that a dog leaning against your legs was a subtle act of dominance. The theory was that by putting their weight on you, they were invading your space, claiming you as their territory, and asserting themselves as the alpha. But think about the physical mechanics of a loon for just a second. To press your entire body weight into someone else, you have to throw yourself off balance. If that person moves, you fall. Domination requires total physical control. Leaning requires total physical vulnerability. It is the exact opposite of dominance. Your dog isn't trying to rule the house. They are executing a highly sophisticated biological mechanism designed to alter their brain chemistry. To understand what is actually happening, we have to look at how professional psychiatric service dogs are trained. When a human with severe anxiety or PTSD begins to experience a panic attack, their service dog is trained to perform a specific task called deep pressure therapy, or DPT. The dog will climb onto the person's chest or press their heavy torso firmly against the person's legs. This isn't just a comforting gesture, it is a biological hack. Firm, sustained physical pressure activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the brain responsible for resting and digesting. It physically forces the heart rate to slow down and stops the overproduction of cortisol, the stress hormone. If you have ever used a weighted blanket to help you fall asleep, you have experienced this exact neurological phenomenon. The weight grounds your nervous system.
When your family dog randomly walks up and leans all 60 pounds of their body weight against your kneecap, they are performing natural, instinctual deep pressure therapy. They are using your solid physical presence as a living, breathing weighted blanket to regulate their own nervous system. But why use you instead of pressing against a couch or a wall? Because of what happens inside their brain when they make contact with your specific body. Science has shown that when dogs and humans interact, both species experience a synchronized surge in oxytocin, the neurochemical responsible for deep bonding and safety. Usually this loop is triggered by soft, mutual eye contact. But what if you were cooking dinner or typing on your laptop and you aren't looking at them? The lean is your dog's physical shortcut to that exact same oxytocin loop. By pressing their side against your leg, they establish a somatic tether. They don't need you to look at them, and they don't even need you to pet them. The sustained physical contact alone is enough to trigger a slow, steady release of bonding chemicals in their brain, keeping them emotionally tethered to you while you go about your day. If we look back 15,000 years, we find an evolutionary reason this behavior was permanently wired into their DNA. Before modern houses with locks and fences, early dogs and humans slept in open environments where predators were a constant threat. Survival required hypervigilance. But an animal cannot be hypervigilant and get restful sleep at the same time. The evolutionary workaround was physical contact. By leaning heavily against a trusted pack member or a human companion, early dogs created a silent, tactile alarm system. If a threat approached in the dark, they didn't need to see it or hear it. If the human they were leaning against suddenly tensed their muscles, spiked their heart rate, or shifted their weight, the dog would feel it instantly through the physical connection. When your dog leans against your legs while looking out the front window, they are running this ancient software. They are watching the perimeter while letting your body language guard their blind spot. But here is the contradiction that catches almost every dog owner off guard, and it completely shifts how you should respond. We know that dogs and their primary owners share mirrored autonomic nervous systems. When your stress goes up, their stress goes up. Pause for a second and think about the last time your dog leaned heavily against you. Were you rushing to get ready for work? Were you having a tense phone call? Were you feeling overwhelmed?
Step 1. The shift. When your dog leans heavily, take one small step back so they lose their balance for a fraction of a second. If they immediately step forward and lean again, they are actively seeking nervous system regulation. If they just shake off and walk away, they were just casually resting. Step 2. The somatic scan. Look at the rest of their body while they lean. Are their ears pinned back? Are they panting heavily when it isn't hot? A sudden, uncharacteristic lean paired with panting or trembling is often a primary indicator of hidden physical pain, like a joint ache or an upset stomach. If you see this combination, book a vet appointment. Step 3. The mirror check. If their body is loose and relaxed, check yourself. Are you stressed? If yes, take 3 deep breaths, drop your shoulders, and softly stroke their ears. You will likely feel them let out a deep sigh. That means the connection worked. The next time you are trying to make a cup of coffee and you feel that familiar heavy weight press awkwardly against the back of your knees, don't just step away. Remember what is actually happening. They aren't trying to dominate you. They aren't trying to annoy you. They are executing an ancient biological imperative. They are plugging their nervous system directly into yours. In a world that is massive, chaotic, and overwhelming, they have calculated that the single safest place on the planet is in direct physical contact with your body. You are their gravitational center, and there is no greater display of trust an animal can give. If this video changed how you see your dog's physical affection, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments, does your dog do the heavy lean? And if you've ever wondered why your dog suddenly steals your favorite shoe but refuses to chew their own toys, that's the next video. The real reason is going to completely change how you discipline them. To help you figure out exactly what your dog's body language is telling you, I've put together a free canine lean diagnostic checklist. You can download it using the link in the description to safely test your dog's behavior today. If this video helped you understand your best friend a little better, subscribe to the channel. And if you've ever wondered why your dog steals your socks and just sleeps on them, that's the next video. I'll see you there.